Hi again everyone, this is Jude from Duel Masters Redux, representing Albay Duel Masters and Arcan Card Zone, which are both part of the Duel Masters Philippines group, the official and only official Duel Masters organization in the Philippines. You can reach us on Facebook, hit us a like, subscribe on this channel via Arcan Card Zone. Let us know what you have in store. And for this episode, I will be unboxing one of Arcan's newest products, although it's a bit late, but it's now or never. We have the very good DM22-BD1, which is the next Malt Saga deck. Personally, I have used this, and it is a really good deck. Right out the box, it's worth everything. It's worth every penny that you buy to purchase this set. It comes with sleeves for both your main deck and your drag hearts. All you gotta do is buy outers, man. So I think everyone who is not new to the Duma community knows how powerful the Malt Next archetype is. So this is really something that is amazing for those of us who have not had any experience at all with the Malt Next deck type. But for those who have or have no idea what the Malt Next deck type is, let's hear and see what is up. So take note, I do have my own BD here, but yeah, Arcan Card Zone sent this to me, sorry. They sent this to me to promote the product, and obviously since the Philippines still has a very small Duma community, we are trying our best to procure newer sets every month. Really big shout out to Arcan Hobby Center for always hooking us up with great deals. A bit of delay since I'm doing my best not to damage the box here. Again, I might have said this in the previous video, but I do my best to keep the boxes pristine. So yeah, I'm a box collector myself. So again, this is what the box looks like. Well, outer box, since it slides off. Wait, can see, and wow, that is a really great finish right there. So with the outer packaging or the outer paper, we have this really good looking deck box. It has a wizard on the coast, not really much on the side, but just the logo. And let's see. So I did say this comes with sleeves besides the main drag hearts, the deck itself, the drag hearts, and sleeves. It also comes with a secret black foil printing of one of the main cards in the deck. So I hope we pull something great. Let's see. The sleeves are also random depending on what Malt Next art have been released in the past. So let's check. This is the deck with Malt, and we have this. Oh, this is a very good sleeve. Okay, so my Malt Next sleeves were not like this, so this is really great that I managed to get this sleeves this time around. Special thanks again to Arcan Hobby Center and Arcan Card Zone for getting me this. So this is the deck. We'll be opening this later. Look at that beautiful Malt Next. And then here we have the secret pack and our drag hearts. Look at that beautiful die heart, Wiggly Horn. This is the sleeves for the drag hearts. As you can see, it's clear back to back, but one side has a black framing and the blue and red flames going around it. And then a little manual. As you can see, there's really not much there anymore. You could use this as a deck box, really. I also have one of the BD 21 and 22s, the one for Zero. Oh, I forgot. We have some art of Mount Saga on the top of the flap. Sorry, forgot to showcase that. And again, the instruction manual. Although I really can't read Japanese, but there's some information for the cards, how to use the combos. I think, yeah, like one of the core cards in the early game is Mendelssohn and Bolshak Glory, and you can also use Glenlivet and Explosive Jutsu. Some defensive cards here, like offensive and defensive, Glen Glossa and Koko wa Makasete One-chan. It's like leave it to me. It's like a Spark Spell with Shieldify. Varvarius, always a good card. You can use Varvarius for a different playstyle on the deck. You also have Hayabusa Ryu for Ninja Strike. The best card in the deck, personally, besides Mount Saga, Glen Isla or Glen Islay. I still don't know why they call it Glen Isla, but Glen Islay, but I prefer to call it Glen Isla. We also have the new card next stream and an old card, sorry, Shishio Kaiser. I personally don't run both of these, but yeah. I plan to make a deck showcase video separately for that anyway, so let's leave that for later. So besides opening the main deck, let's check out what foil we got. So I hope it's something really good. Come on, Lord, please. Something good, please. Something good, please. I'm nervous. I can't open the pack. Yeah, I can't open the pack. I'll just cut it. What foil did we get? Oh, we got Glen Isla. Okay, very nice. Like I said, it's one of the best cards in the deck. I will be definitely using this. Alright, look at that foil. Very nice. Everything is textured. If you are able to get one of these, even the main deck has this kind of foiling, but if you are able to get these, this foiling is really nice. Look at it. Gold, dark, rainbow foil. Right. Okay, we got Glen Isla. A good pull. I was hoping for a Mount Saga, or maybe an extra Bato guy. But yeah, we got what we needed. So, let's open the deck next, so I can showcase to you what the deck's contents and how many cards are there of each card. For those who are interested in knowing, I'm trying to be as cautious as I can. Again, special thanks to Arcan Card Zone for hooking me up and giving me the chance to record this and share to everyone. Sorry, I'm just really meticulous with the cards, especially if it's brand new. I don't want to damage it. I don't want to damage the cards. Jesus. Let's just use our cutter here. Alright. So yeah, here we go. Oh, next, right up the top. So for the deck, we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 copies of Malt Next. And we have also 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 copies of Malt Saga. Best Boy gets me out and wins me games just by itself. We have 4 copies of Best Girl, Glen Isla. We have 3 copies of Glen Glossa. I rarely use this card. 4 copies of Glenlivet / Super Explosive Jutsu. You can run a set, you can run 4. You also have 4 copies of Next Stream. I don't use this card. It's situational, can be good, can be not. It also has a Dragon Race. So if you play Mendelssohn, it won't be sent to the graveyard. And speaking of Mendelssohn, you have 4 copies. Best card. Ramp 2 if both dragons. 4 copies of Variparius. 3 copies of Hayabusa Ryu. 2 copies of Shishio Kaiser, and 4 copies of our best boy, glorious of glorious Lupias. So I hope the camera is getting everything there. Sorry, it's a bit tilted to the side. I'm using a tripod at the moment. So yeah, even if you play this deck right off the bat, it's super strong. Like, you can win. As like I said, one of the players here, Rio, managed to win a whole locals just by playing this, a 16-man locals to be exact. So if you really want to pick up the game and you don't want to learn much and you want to play with drag hearts and you just don't want to think, yeah, you can pick up one of the BDs from Arcan Hobby Center. Again, I'll just go over the effects. I'm not just very familiar with Next Stream, but for your early game options, you have Mendelssohn and Bolshak Glory Lupia. Turn 2, you can put cast Mendelssohn. Reveal the top 2 cards of your deck. If both are dragons, put them into the... If there is a dragon, put it into your mana. If it's not a dragon, you can put it into your graveyard. So as you can see, every card in the deck is a dragon, save for itself. So let's just hope you don't reveal two of these or one of these. So by turn 3, you already have like 5 mana, including the mana that you will charge on that turn. Okay, best card for dragon based decks. You also have 4 copies of Bolshak Glory Lupia. Its effect is when it comes into play, you can boost 1 or charge 1 of your mana from the top of your deck. If the charged mana is a dragon, you can put another one. So yeah, it's a really good card, unless again you put a Mendelssohn. You boost a Mendelssohn, not the most optimal, but yeah, Mendelssohn only has 4 copies. You also have 2 copies of one of the oldest support cards. I'm not saying it's old, it's not really that old, but it's one of the old support cards for Malt, Shishio Kaiser. It's a shield trigger, so it can come off of your shields. It also has a CIP or come into play effect of boosting 1 mana, and then you can destroy one of your opponent's creatures that has power 3k or less. So its boost and destruction, pretty good for anti-floodgates, I think, but doesn't hit Primal because Primal has 4,000 power. Okay, for your Ninja Strike, although I doubt that it doesn't come up as often, but we have Hayabusa Ryu, a blocker, speed attacker, and Ninja Strike 7. So if you have 7 mana, you can declare this Ninja Strike when your opponent is attacking you, and you can summon it. For no cost. Basically saves you, gives you a blocker. You have Variparius, one of the best dragons in the game. Its cost is reduced by 3 if you have no creatures in the battle zone. Speed attacker, double breaker. Sorry. It also has Magic Bomber 7. So if you attack with this creature, which is usually when you put it or summon it for like 5, you can look at the top card of your deck. If it's a dragon that costs 7, you can put that dragon or a dragon that costs 7 from your hand for no cost. Then the attack will go through. After the attack, you can also shieldify the top card of your deck. So offense and defense in 1 card, really good. You can also cheap out Malt Next with this card. Malt Next, Glen Isla, Glen Glosso. I think Shishio is 6. Yeah, Shishio Kaiser is also 6. Even Bolshak Glory, you can cheat out Bolshak Glory. But maybe we can talk about the deck building for this on a different video. Yeah, so 4 copies on Next Stream. I know you have to boost your mana, boost a card in your mana, and then something about the cost. I think I'm sorry, I don't really play this card, but I know it gives removal. Okay, at least two card removal, depending on the mana that you have. Okay, so we have 4 copies of Glenlivet / Explosive Jutsu. So Glenlivet is a 9 cost compared to the 3 cost spell side, but it's also good against decks that play hand destruction or hand dis, because its ability is when you summon this creature or when it is discarded by your opponent's card effect, you can put this you can put this creature into the battle zone, and then you can reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. You may put one of them. Well, you can, if there's a dragon, you can put one of them and put everything else in the bottom of the deck in any order. So, for example, if it's your opponent's turn and they choose to discard from you at random, you can, or if they ask you to discard by your own discretion, you can discard this, so you can summon or put a creature from their during their turn. And then the spell side, Explosive Jutsu, is similar to Child Festival of Fairy Fire, if you are familiar with the card. The effect is that when you cast a spell, you boost 1. If it's a dragon, you put it back to your hand, so you can reuse it for the next turn. Yeah, pretty good, right? This card is actually one of my most used cards along with Glen Isla with my main deck. We'll be covering that eventually in the future, once Arken asks me to create a deck profile for my malt next. So we have 3 copies of Glen Glossaw and Kokowa Makasete Onechan, Leave It to Me. The spell side is a shield trigger. The creature side, I think, is a come into play that lets you put a cost 2 drag heart. Yeah, if I can remember that. Again, this is one of the cards that I don't really use. The spell side lets you tap all of your opponent's creatures, and then if you have a total of at least 2 dragons in the battle zone, you can shieldify the top card of your deck, I think. Yeah, I think, or maybe it's the other way around. Do kindly check the wiki for that. We have 4 copies of Glen Isla. The creature side this time is the shield trigger. Glen Isla's effect is one of the most MVPs in the game, really good. When you put this creature into the battle zone, its come into play effect is it force battles one of your opponent's creatures, and then if it wins that battle, you can attach a drag heart that costs 4 or less onto her. Creature removal, and the best part is the spell side, which is Tasukete Maruto, which is Save Me Malt. The effect is very simple. You can cast it on turn 5, which is a very, very good turn for Malt next. Put a Dragoner from your hand into the battle zone. You can basically put these 2, including itself. So yeah, really good stuff for like 5 mana. Just be careful for cards that are anti for no cost. Again, we have our bread and butter and the name of the archetype. Well, half of it. Malt next. I think for those who don't know what he does, he is one of the best fire creatures in the game. Double breaker, mana drive 5. If you have 5 or more cards in your mana zone, you can put a drag heart that costs 5 or less from the hyperspatial zone and attach it to this guy. So later when we open the drag hearts here on this side, I'll be explaining to you what cards you can attach to Malt next. And mana drive 5, I think. I forgot what this part says, but I know it's something about mana 5. If this creature attacks and you have a total of 5 or more fire mana, I think. Dragon. Yeah, 5 dragons in your... No, let's just check the wiki next time. As long as I know, if you have a total of 5 fire mana, or I think 5 fire dragons in your mana zone, after this creature attacks, you can untap it. So this has synchronizations with one of your drag hearts. And then our last is a set of Malt Saga. So Malt Saga is the newest boss creature from the how do you say this? From the Malt next archetype. So what this guy does is that it's a double breaker and then speed attacker, so you don't really have to rely on the drag hearts to do that. When you put this creature into the battle zone, you can attach up to a number, total number of drag hearts from your hyperspatial zone onto him, depending on the number of dragons in your mana zone. For example, does it specifically say dragon? Yeah, specifically says dragon. So for example, you have a total of 7 or 8. Oh, you see, you have 8 mana needed here. A total of 8 dragons in your mana zone. You can put up to that same number, total cost, same number of dragons from your hyperspatial zone. I mean, drag heart weapons from your hyperspatial zone, and then attach it into him. Then something about mana drive 7, I think. When this creature attacks, after the attack, if you have a total of 7 or more fire mana, you can flip all of the drag hearts at the end of his attack. So regardless if he leaves the battle zone, as long as he manages to attack and you fulfill the mana drive 7, all of your drag hearts will flip. Okay? Alright. So since we're done with the main deck, let's check out our drag hearts. I will just be skimming through the drag hearts, since some of the drag hearts I don't really use again. But yeah, I'll just skim through their effects. So we have 1 copy of Gaia Heart, 1 copy of Gaio Burn, 1 copy of Giga Heart, 1 copy of Heartburn, best boy, 1 copy of Batogai Heart, really good card, 1 copy of Gaia Saga, 1 copy of Proto Giga Heart, and 1 copy of Giggly Horn. Okay, so the cards that I rarely use here is apparently Gaia Saga, and for some reason Giga Heart. In my build, I don't really focus on putting Giga Heart much. It's more of Batogai and Heartburn, as well as Giga Heart for some support. But yeah, in our video, maybe in the future, in our video covering the next archetype, I will be explaining how these drag hearts work. So do stay tuned for another video regarding the drag hearts. But yeah, so far so good. I don't really have much to say about the deck, except that if you do focus, or if you really want to purchase this deck, I recommend that you do. It's really worth your money. Not a single penny is wasted on this. So I would really recommend you get one of these sets, or structure decks. If you call this in Yu-Gi-Oh, this can be considered as a structure deck. So yeah, if you guys would like to have a taste of the power of Malt Next and Malt Saga, you can get yours at Arcan Hobby Center. Again, thank you Hobby Center for getting us this. Arcan Card Zone for getting us this DMBD. I hope everyone has enjoyed, especially when we pulled this out. Enjoyed how our video went, and hopefully in the future I can film a specific video based on how to build this DMBD. So again, thank you everyone. Special thanks to Arcan Card Zone. Shout out to Albay Duel Masters Philippines official. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. Take care.